Welcome to CEO Spotlight. I'm Camilla Webster. Joining me now is Barry Liebert, CEO of Mazinga, a company helping businesses turn social networks into profit. Welcome, Barry.
Thanks for having me today.
What happened? You're now called Mazinga. You were called Shared Insight. Why the name change?
We thought that it's a neat idea to have a Swahili name that describes collaboration and beehives and how things work together to build new productive ways of doing business. So we thought it was a better name given today's society.
Now, it seems like you're coining a number of names. I mean, Mazinga, at the heart of Mazinga is something you've coined crowdsourcing on the internet. Can you explain what crowdsourcing is and how you're helping companies to do this social networking?
Sure. So we think about Mazinga as a beehive for a second. Think about how bees come together to build great productive teams. We thought we were in the business of helping teams come together to build brand new products, brand new services for companies. And for that, we thought, this is a great opportunity to use social networks or groups of crowds to produce better products, better services for companies.
You've got a lot of clients, a lot of big names, Pearson, WebEx, I think Deloitte.
Correct.
Can you break down at least two of the companies and what the different services are that you're offering?
Absolutely. So we offer two types of services. We build social networks of employees where we help employees have a voice and collaborate in fundamentally new ways. And we build communities for customers, literally their customers. And let's talk about an example. Let's do WebEx first. WebEx has been in the business of producing meetings for large audiences for long periods of time, and their objective was to find a new way to bring those meetings and people who were attending those meetings together as a community themselves to give WebEx some insights about the products and services they should be offering and the new features and functions that they should be offering. And so we produce community opportunities for WebEx's customers to get together.
And what about, say, Pearson? It sounded like you were building a Wikipedia-style entry book or something like that for them?
Correct. So in partnership with Pearson, Wharton, and MIT, we created a thesis or a book called We Are Smarter. It's a community of about 5,000 people who wrote the first ever wiki book. And the idea for Pearson was Pearson wanted to experiment with not necessarily an expert writing a book, but a crowd writing a book. And they thought, wow, this is cool. I mean, they own a company called Financial Times. Couldn't they imagine if the voice of we writing periodicals and books and articles?
Very interesting. So in terms of profit potential, how do a lot of these big companies see this working to profits? I assume it's more on the customer service level then at that point.
Customer service is the first place. I think it's the early adopter. It's easy for us to understand how we would join a discussion board to provide support. So whether it's Dell or Apple who are using discussion boards to allow customers to help other customers with any product or service problem, those are sort of the early adopters. But the next set of adopters are what Procter & Gamble is doing, where they're turning to their customers and to crowds, not necessarily their customers, to help them create brand new products, brand new services. And what that does is it reduces the cost of market research or customer service to the company.
Now, I know in the online world, companies are always looking to either advertise on sites or spare up as much space as possible to put something in on an advertisement. Has this opened the portal then to higher revenue for companies?
Surely I'll call that the Web 1.0 or Internet 1.0. Currently, the way we think about crowdsourcing, or the way where you talked about it, was the Internet's another way to reach customers to basically sell them something. Mm-hmm. In this experience, I think it's sort of upside down. It's a way to reach customers or employees or partners, investors, to gain some insight about them, not advertise to them at all, but interact with them in a fundamentally different way to give control. And this is the hard part for companies, to gain control. They have to give it up to their company's customers, employees, and let those customers or employees give them back the information they need to support them in new ways.
And so in terms of how you work with your clients, are you implementing the system and then charging a maintenance fee? How long are these relationships that you're building?
So most of our relationships are with very big enterprises. We serve 280 clients, very, very large clients. And what we do is we charge long-term contracts where we essentially provide both the software and the services that harnesses their crowds. And every company has a crowd. They could have a crowd of readers, of writers, of employees, of customers, of market researchers, and we help them harness those crowds to help them build a better business for their company.
Barry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
Once again, that was Barry Liebert. I'm Camilla Webster. For more insights on the business of business, stay logged on to the Forbes.com video network.